everyone, I'm Lindsay. I'm a registered kinesiologist. For this video, we will be doing an at-home workout, which will include a short warm-up and cool-down. For the actual workout, you'll need a set of weights, so that could be dumbbells, a resistance band, or anything that you may have around the house like soup cans or filled grocery bags, as long as it's nothing breakable. You'll also need a bare wall to use, as well as a chair. And of course, we need some water as well to stay hydrated. So let's get started. All right, let's get started with our warm-up. We can just start by marching on the spot. So we're just slowly getting our body warm, getting our muscles ready to exercise. Good job, everyone. Just waking up our bodies a little bit. Forget to move those arms. I'm going to warm up the entire body since we've got a full body workout today. Excellent. Now let's just widen that stance a little bit so it's almost like we're waddling like a penguin, but that's okay. I'm the only one that looks silly right now. All right, from here you're just going to step and reach across the body. And as you can see, that back leg here is fully pivoting, warming up that ankle joint. And as we reach across our body, just adding a little bit of twist to our spine, adding more movement into our shoulders. Don't forget to breathe. And of course, the faster you move, the more your heart rate will increase. So you don't have to move with me. You can move at your own pace. Perfect. Let's go back to marching on the spot. Maybe this time we can go a little bit faster. Again, just really focusing on increasing that heart rate. You may notice your breathing rate might be changing as well. That's perfectly normal. Excellent. All right, let's bring it down a little bit here. And all we're going to do is touch our toe to the side and reach our arm up above. Of a jumping jack. You can always do full jumping jacks if you'd like. I'll let you choose whichever feels best for your body today. Working on the front of the legs. And of course you can move as quickly or as slowly as feels best for your body. Now we're just going to add a little bit of an arm movement. If it feels comfortable with your shoulders, you reach your arms up and then come back down to meet your knee at about hip height or belly button height. Again, just moving as feels comfortable for your body. You're adding just a little bit of stability and balance, a little bit of core action here. And of course, if it's not feeling so great to have those arms all the way up, you can just move them slightly. It doesn't have to be all the way up to the ceiling. Switch it up, back to our marching. We're just going to focus on the back of our legs. So all we're going to do is hamstring curl. So you want to think about that heel coming all the way up, bending that knee, down with this. But if you want, you can always focus on getting those elbows back, sort of in a T motion. Again, just moving as your body feels comfortable today. All right, let's go back to marching. Let's go a little bit faster again. Just making sure we keep that heart rate right up there. Almost there. We can do it. We can do it. Come on. All right, fantastic. Let's bring it down. We'll just do a couple of arm circles. So going forward in small circles, and just gradually getting larger and larger. Oh, really opening up those shoulders. Fantastic. Let's go the other way. Again, starting small and slowly getting larger and larger. Oh, fantastic. One of my favorites. All right. Let's shake it out and we're ready to exercise. This exercise is a hip hinge and you are actually going to need a wall for this one. So I'm just going to show you. I'm going to have my back all the way to the wall and I've got my heels actually touching the wall as well. So all I'm going to do is step one foot, half of my foot's length forward, and then I'm going to bring my other foot to the same distance. So right now I'm standing with my feet about hip distance apart. You can also do a little bit wider to shoulder distance, whatever feels comfortable in your hips. So for this, standing up nice and tall and straight, all we're going to do is get those hips back so we can touch the wall, and then you're going to come back to a standing position. So hips back, keeping that back nice and straight in its neutral alignment, and coming back up. So what's important is that you're not rounding out your back as you touch the wall. You're keeping your back nice and straight, so keeping those shoulder blades in a neutral position, and coming back up. So we're going to aim for 16 repetitions all together. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. You can move at your own pace. So it doesn't have to be as quick or as slow as I'm moving. So again, just getting those hips right back and coming back up. You get a slight bend in your knees as you shift your hips back. Perfect. Don't forget to keep your spine nice and straight in its neutral alignment. Almost there. I think I have one more. Fantastic. I hope that you got to your 16. The next exercise is going to be a wall push-up. So again, since we're already at the wall, we might as well continue with it. So for this one, you're actually going to face the wall. So I'm about, I guess like about 2 feet of my feet distance away, but you can play around with whatever feels comfortable in your body. So all you're gonna do is arms up, so hands about shoulder height, and then lean forward into the wall. So you can see I'm already in a bit of an angle here. So what we're going to do is actually a push-up against the wall. So you bend those elbows so your body comes towards the wall, and then you're gonna push your body away. So for this one, what's really important is that you activate your core muscles so your body stays nice and stiff. So it's almost as if my body is bored. change where your hands are on the wall, whatever feels comfortable with your body. That's completely allowed. So aiming for 16. Letting those elbows bend and pushing your body away. Keeping your body nice and stiff. Don't forget to breathe. I find this is one of those exercises where people tend to forget and hold their breath. And we're almost there. Keep your core nice and tight. And fantastic. I hope you got to your 16 as well. So this exercise is a body squat, so we have different variations for this one. I do have my chair here, just in case anyone wanted to use that instead of doing an air squat. So for this, it's the same setup as our hip hinge, right? So we want to have our feet about hip distance apart, or it can be as wide as shoulder distance apart, whatever feels comfortable for you. So for this setup, you can have your arms out straight or across your chest, like so. Whatever feels comfortable for you. You're just gonna get those hips right back, just like we did in the hip hinge. And then you can bend those knees down, keeping your body nice and straight. And you're gonna come back up to a standing position. So this is a body squat or an air squat. All right, we're working on all those leg muscles, those glute muscles. You can also do a sit-to-stand. So again, arms can be out forward or across your chest. So starting in the sitting position and bringing your body up to stand and back down to sit. So the sit to stand is another option. So choose whichever variation you would like, and we're going to aim for 16 repetitions. So whenever you're ready, getting a sketch right back, and then bending those knees. Keeping that body nice and straight. Don't forget to breathe. Hips all the way back. Hips and then knees. Keeping that back in a neutral alignment. Almost there. Hips back and then knees. So getting that hinge in before we go into the squat. And you can go as low or as you would like. Fantastic. I think that was my full 16. At least I hope so. And I hope you got yours in too. This next exercise is a bent over row. So we're actually going to use two weights, so a set of weights. We're actually going to move both arms at the same time for this one. So I'm just going to show you a side view here. So I'm just standing up nice and tall with my feet about hip distance or shoulder distance apart. We're going to do, surprise, surprise, that hip hinge, like we learned at the beginning, forward. So I've got my weights, they just automatically gravity just automatically brought those weights to where they are. This is my starting position. So you can see here, my back is in that nice neutral straight alignment here. So I'm not rounding out my upper back. I'm standing chest grab here. So all I'm going to do is squeeze those shoulder blades together as I bring those weights up to my chest and lower back down while keeping that back nice and straight. So squeezing those shoulder blades together and coming back down to the starting position. One thing that I would like to note is from the front view, as you move, I want you to keep those elbows tucked in close to your body. So we don't want to have those elbows going out like so. Different exercise. This one we're focusing on keeping those elbows tucked in. So of course you can do this in a seated position as well if that feels more comfortable on your back. So choose whichever variation you would like and we'll get started with our 16. So nice and tall, hips all the way back, leaning forward, back nice and straight. And let's squeeze those shoulder blades together and back down. So we're going to be aiming for our 16 repetitions. Now I like to look about 10-ish, 6 to 10 feet ahead of me on the floor. That way I know that I'm not looking up too high or looking down too low. So I'm in a safe position for my spine. Keep squeezing those shoulder blades together, really focusing on those posture muscles. Really important when we spend a lot of time on a computer. So keep moving. I'm just changing my stance so you can check to make sure that you're keeping those elbows tucked in. I think we're almost there. Fantastic, everyone. Good job. So this next exercise is a great core activator. So I've got one dumbbell with me here, so you can use one or two, whatever feels comfortable for you. You can also use a weighted ball, like a medicine ball, or anything like a filled backpack or whatever that you may have around the house that will work. So the setup for this one, I'm actually going to do a bit of an angle here. So you can see I've got 1 foot forward and 1 foot back. I do this because I find as I do this exercise, my body will start to sway. And if I'm standing with my feet side by side, I just don't feel overly balanced and I just worry about hurting myself and falling backward. So I'll let you choose whatever feels more comfortable for you. So I'm going to stand in the staggered stance. I've got the weight up at my chest level. So I'm already starting to engage my core here. And I'm just going to bring that weight out forward and then back in. I also find standing in this position helps me activate my core a little bit better than standing in sort of that straight plane here. So all you're doing is bringing that weight out and coming back into your chest. So we're going to aim for 16. And whenever you're ready, you can use 1 or 2 weights, whatever feels more comfortable. So standing nice and tall. Don't forget to engage those muscles, those core muscles. Weight out to about shoulder height. I don't want to go too much higher, otherwise it'll start to be a bit of a shoulder or trap exercise. I want to focus on that core. Keeping that back nice and tall, nice straight back. And I think I've got my 16 here, at least I hope I have, and I hope that you did too. Great job. So you now have the opportunity to start the video again and do another set, or if you're short on time or feeling a little bit tired, we can actually just move to a quick and gentle cool down. So for the cool down, we might as well get started. You can stand or sit, whatever feels more comfortable for you. Let's just start by doing a few shoulder rolls. Just taking the time to thank your body for moving and making some time for exercise today. It's a great opportunity to practice some gratitude. Fantastic. Let's let those shoulders fall into a neutral position, and we'll start with some head circles. So starting small and then gradually creating larger and larger circles, moving as slowly or as quickly as feels good in your body. And let's go back to center, and we'll go the other way. Just moving as slowly or as quickly as feels good in your body today. Fantastic. Let's go back to a neutral position here. Give yourself some time to recalibrate. You might feel a little bit dizzy. All right, so let's clasp our hands. Reach forward. You're just going to round out your upper back, and you're going to let your head drop between your arms, getting a nice stretch in that upper back. Fantastic. Let's drop those hands down. We'll gently lift our chins up, roll those shoulders back, and then push your palms backward, getting a nice stretch in the front of the shoulders. Make sure we've got those shoulders dropped. We don't want them creeping up towards the ears. Fantastic. Let's shake it out. Let's do a couple more shoulder rolls here. You might already notice that it feels a little bit smoother. That's a good thing. Fantastic. Let's move down to our legs. So you've got one foot forward, toes up towards the ceiling. So I've got the weight in that opposite leg here. I'm just going to gently lean forward to get a nice stretch in the back of the straight leg here. You may notice that your hamstring is getting a nice stretch, or it might be in the calf muscle. All depends on where you're tight. Let's switch sides. So opposite leg forward, toes up towards the ceiling, weight in that other leg here, and then just gently lean forward. Getting a nice stretch in the back of that straight leg. You may notice that you have one side that may be a little bit tighter than the other. That's perfectly all right. It tends to happen. Just focusing on some breath work. Let's take a big inhale, reach those arms down, and then all the way up to the ceiling, and exhale, release. Again, a little bit gentler, and release. And last one, nice and gentle. Good job today, everyone. Give yourselves a round of applause, pat on the back. You did great.